Well, welcome back. I'm working on Chet's shirt right now, and I had to do, I'll be honest with you, I've never painted a shirt like this before. It's a Hawaiian shirt. It's a very subtle design, not like the ones I wear that just are kind of a cacophony of color. They're pretty loud. This is really nice and subtle. This is more what Jack would have liked. Anyway, the background of the shirt, I've used ivory black plus white plus just a tiny, tiny bit of ultramarine blue. Now for the flower pattern on the shirt, I'm using mixes of ultramarine blue plus just a tiny bit of ivory black and then white. And then I've also added into that just a titch of phthalo blue, because Betty's little blouse is going to be the phthalo blue, and I want the colors to marry. I want them to, you know, I've got a little bit of phthalo blues into my greens. I just want those colors to be super compatible. So what I do is, now that I've got the background painted, I start working on the design. And this is, I want it to be very impressionistic. This I don't want to take away from the faces. The faces are going to have the detail. So the design in the shirt, I just want to be very subtle and let it lay back. And I smush a lot of color on here. Right now it doesn't make a lot of sense. But I'm just getting my big blocks of color in the design. And fortunately, it's a pretty free form. It's flowers, but it's not not sure, like polka dots or checks where the pattern is exactly symmetrical. This is an asymmetrical pattern, which makes it easier to paint. And I'm painting this again, just very impressionistically. And I want the paint to be just nice brush strokes. I want this to be painterly. This is a portrait, it's not a photograph. It isn't meant to be an exact rendition of the shirt. Now the faces I want to be, you know, I want to be them. But the shirt, I want this to just be there without being there, if that makes much sense. Now I'm coming back with my background color, and again, this is my ivory black and just a touch of ultramarine blue and a little bit of white in there, just to work around these blotches of color. And I keep cleaning my brush. You have to get nice clean color on your canvas. You've got to have a clean brush. And I start working a little bit of the design in here. And I showed you at the very beginning a picture of the shirt so you can kind of see what the design is. Now the light's coming in from the right side. So this area's, his shirt's pretty well going to be in shadow. Got a little bit of that design coming around here. And again, I'm not matching the photograph exactly. But then there's some lighter, there's variation within these flowers. They look like, gosh, what are those flowers called? I can picture them, I just can't think of them. Oh, there's even a farm on Maui that specializes in these flowers. And I can't think of it. But anyway, there's some lights in here, there's some darks. And these flowers just flow onto the shirt. Now I need to make sure that my little, you know, working on the canvas, you get those little white spots in between, like some of the colors and brush strokes. And so I just need to go back in and make sure that I'm totally covered here. we just start coming here with the lighter part of the design. And the design on here is almost like a batik print. It has a little bit of, those are called protea flowers. Just came to me. Protea, not exactly sure the pronunciation, but it, anyway, that design is in the shirt. And then I come back in, and around, like a batik, there's kind of little white outlines around the different colors, different shades of colors. So I come back in, and again, I'm not real distinct on this, but I just want to give the feeling, that impression of that design. And so I just come around some of my brush strokes and start adding a lighter outline around some of those color variations. And that starts giving the feel of those flowers on there. Again, they're not real distinct in the actual shirt. But this gives the feel of that design. Again, I don't want to, this is not meant to be an exact copy of the shirt. This is, again, impressionistically, it's an impression of that design. Because this softness, if I put all the detail in the shirt, it would draw away from the faces. So we just want to imply that it's here. Now this is going to come over his shirt, over his shoulder. And I want a little highlight here. I want this to be a little bit lighter right in here, because that's his shoulder. That's the ball of his shoulder socket, and so that's going to be a little bit lighter. So I go ahead and just let this design be a little bit lighter here. Let one of these flowers come over. And I just bring these protea flowers are just, oh, they're the most beautiful colors. This is they aren't this blue color. They're in all different colors, but this design was just made for the fabric. But these are just beautiful, beautiful flowers. And in Hawaii, you can go alongside the roads if you're traveling, Maui, Big Island, Oahu, Kauai. And as you're driving, you'll find flower stands along the side of the road. $1 a bunch, probably now they're $5 a bunch. Been a while since Jack and I were there, but and you can just leave the money in a bucket and get yourself a bouquet of flowers. And when we lived there, oh my goodness, that was one of our fun things to do in the evening, was go to get fresh flowers, drive around the island. So that's how I work that design. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. At the end, I'll show you the shirt finished. But this gives you an idea of how I do that design. And again, it's not meant to be an exact copy of the shirt. This is just done very impressionistically. And we just want this to settle back. It's like the palm fronds. Everything is bringing the focus to the faces. So this we want softer, and then the detail will be in the faces. So I thank you so very, very much, and you just have a wonderful, wonderful day. Visit my blog. The link is in the description below. The address is also on the final frame of my video. And you can subscribe to my blog. You can also subscribe to my YouTube video. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and you just have an absolutely wonderful day. And take some time to paint or enjoy your family. Reach out to your friends on the telephone. You can write notes. We're not prevented from going outside. If you see somebody, just say, stay your 6 feet away, and you can still visit. And so you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you again for visiting my studio.